What's up, everyone? While every single person in this ocean, this game, is obsessed with becoming the next Pirate King, I decided to take the path less traveled and actually get a real job. Welcome to the life of a Blox Fruits Marine. Basically, I'm just a government employee with a fist and a lot of unpaid overtime. Look at that trainee's uniform. It's clean, it's sharp, and it's 100% funded by your tax dollars, so you're welcome for their service. I'm out here trying to bring justice to the seas, but let's be honest, I'm mostly just here for the health insurance and to see if I can actually arrest someone without getting my lunch money taken. My daily routine is pretty simple. I wake up, I put on this shark fin, and I go punch some NPCs who probably have more money in their pockets than I do. Seriously, why are these guys so aggressive? I'm literally a federal officer and they're out here swinging at me like I'm the one who owes them money. Every time I get hit, I just think to myself, this has to be a felony. And if you see me running away, please don't call it cowardice. In the Marine Manual, we call that a tactical relocation for administrative purposes. I'm not scared, I'm just busy filling out the paperwork for my inevitable defeat. The worst part about this job? The budget cuts are real, bro. My boat is so small, I feel like I'm sailing in a cereal bowl. And don't even get me started on the gacha luck. I spent my entire month's salary at the fruit dealer just to get a rocket fruit. Again. What am I supposed to do with this? I'm trying to catch criminals, not start a space program. If being bad at this game was a crime, I'd probably have to arrest myself and throw away the key. But hey, at least the view's nice while I'm getting bullied by a level 2000 pirate who thinks he's Luffy. And can we talk about the players in this server for a second? I try to be the nice guy, you know? I walk up to people like, "Excuse me, citizen, do you have a permit for that leopard fruit?" And they just blink at me, and then literally delete my entire existence with one button. Like, bro, I have a family. I have a desk job to get back to. Why you gotta be so toxic to a man just trying to earn his pension? It's hard out here for a lawman. You see a pirate, they're all flashy with their bounties and their crews. You see a Marine, and we're just out here looking like we're lost on our way to a costume party. Sometimes I just stand at the docks and watch the sunset, wondering if I should have just stayed a civilian. But then I remember, as a Marine, I get to use the word justice every time I mess up. Fail to jump? Justice. Miss my combat skill? Justice. Accidentally fell into the ocean and died? That's just, water-based justice. Honestly, I think my character has a secret passive ability where I get a 50% damage buff, but only when nobody is looking. The moment a recording starts, my skill level just drops to -10. It's a talent, really. But hey, the grind never stops. I'm out here punching trees and NPCs because that's what heroes do. Or at least, that's what people who can't afford Robux do. I'm slowly working my way up the ranks. One day, I'll be an admiral, like a Kainu, and then everyone will have to pay their taxes or I'm revoking their boat licenses. Until then, I guess I'll just keep getting clapped by level 20 players who have better gaming chairs than me. It's all part of the grind, baby. No pain, no gain, and definitely no fruit luck for this humble public servant. Seriously though, if you're still watching this, you're the real MVP. You've witnessed me struggle more in 5 minutes than most people do in a whole week. If you're a fellow Marine, stand tall, brother. We might be getting bullied, but at least we have dental insurance. And if you're a pirate watching this, just know that I've got your username on a very important, very crumpled sticky note back at the office. You've been warned. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to go find a corner to cry in. To strategize for my next big mission. You know what's the hardest part about being a Marine? It's the paperwork. Every time a pirate destroys a bridge or blows up a building with a literal meteor, I'm the one who has to go back to the office and file a report. Dear Fleet Admiral, today, a guy with a glowing head and dragon wings turned the entire island into a smoothie, requesting a $5 raise. It's exhausting. And don't get me started on the Marine ships. They're built like they're made of wet cardboard. I hit one tiny rock and the whole boat starts spinning like a fidget spinner. Is this the justice I signed up for? I feel like I'm sailing a bathtub in a hurricane. And let's talk about the bounty hunters for a second. These guys are like the paparazzi, but instead of taking pictures, they just take your soul. I'm just minding my business, trying to find a decent place to eat my lunch, and suddenly, a guy with a sword 3 times his body weight drops from the sky like a tactical nuke. Bro, chill. I'm literally a low-ranking officer. My bounty is worth like 2 pieces of bread and a half-eaten apple. Is it really worth all that effort just to see me respawn and cry? The disrespect is on a whole different level, man. Sometimes I try to act cool and use my Soru to dash around like I'm in an anime, but I usually just end up dashing straight into a wall or off a cliff. It's a very special technique I call tactical gravity testing. People think I'm failing, but I'm actually just making sure the physics engine is still working. You're welcome, developers. I'm basically a volunteer beta tester who gets beat up for a living. It's a tough job, but someone's got to do it. But hey, at least the Marine base has a cool fountain. Sometimes I just stand there and pretend I'm a statue so people won't notice me and try to fight me. It works about 2% of the time, which honestly are better odds than my gacha luck. Speaking of which, I saw a guy today who pulled a kitsune fruit like it was nothing. Meanwhile, I'm over here excited because I found a wooden sword that doesn't break immediately. We are living in 2 different worlds, guys. He's playing a fantasy RPG, and I'm playing a survival horror, where the horror is my bank account. Anyway, if you're still here, you're basically my emotional support at this point. This journey from 0 to hero, or more likely from 0 to slightly less of a 0, is only possible because of you. So if you want to see more of this glorious marine failure, make sure you're subscribed. Help me reach my goal of finally buying a boat that doesn't sink when a seagull sneezes on it. Let's keep the justice alive, even if it's currently on life support. You know what else keeps me up at night? The architecture in this world. Why is everything so far apart? I'm out here running marathons just to talk to one NPC who tells me to go kill 10 more NPCs on the other side of the planet. My legs are basically made of steel at this point. I don't need a fruit power, I just need a good pair of running shoes and a protein shake. I've traveled more miles on foot than a professional hiker, and for what? A handful of fragments and a good job, kid. The government really needs to invest in some public transportation, or at least a bus pass for us low-level officers. And can we talk about the elite pirates for a second? These guys have titles like the Destroyer of Worlds or the Soul Eater. My title is probably the guy who forgot his sword in the cafeteria. The power gap is so huge, it's not even a gap anymore. It's a literal canyon. I'm out here playing checkers while these guys are playing 4D chess with lasers and earthquakes. I tried to challenge a guy yesterday and he didn't even hit me. He just looked at me and my character fainted from the sheer secondhand embarrassment. That's not a fight, that's a spiritual intervention. Sometimes I think about switching sides. I see the pirates having parties, eating exotic fruits, and living their best lives on giant mansions. Then I look at my marine lunchbox. It's just a dry sandwich and a juice box that tastes like sadness. But then I remember the mission, the honor, the really cool cape I get to wear if I ever get promoted. That cape is the only thing keeping me going. I don't care about the bounty, I just want to look like a superhero while I'm accidentally walking into walls. And the weather, why is it always so dramatic? One minute it's sunny, the next minute someone is summoning a thunderstorm because they lost a 1v1. It's a literal workplace hazard. I should be getting hazard pay for every time I almost get struck by lightning just because some guy named Gamerboy2012 is having a midlife crisis. My job description said protect the seas. It didn't say be a human lightning rod for teenagers with god complexes. But hey, that's the life I chose. I'm the thin blue line, or the thin white line I guess, depending on the uniform, between order and absolute madness. Every time I respawn, I just tell myself, today's the day you don't get clapped. I'm usually wrong, but hey, optimism is free, unlike those legendary fruits. So if you're enjoying my slow descent into madness, make sure to stick around. We're not just building a channel here, we're building a support group for exhausted Marines. Leave a comment if you've ever been personally victimized by a guy with a Buddha fruit. We can cry together in the next video.